Welcome, friends of Japanese prints. Welcome for another edition of the video productions by Ortolino.com. Ortolino.com is a small family company located in Bavaria in southern Germany, and we sell Japanese prints in weekly online auctions. And well, this print design by Hasui Kawase is one of these prints that we currently sell in our auctions. And I want to present it today for a specific reason. I think it's a good example to demonstrate the essence of Shinhanga. What's the essence of Shinhanga? For me, it's the creation of impressions, the creations of a mood, something completely unknown for the old ukiyo-e, the Japanese prints, let's say from the first half of the 19th century. The Shinhanga artists, an art movement from the first half of the 20th century, they had learned from the French Impressionists. And before, it's funny, well, the French Impressionists, they were very impressed. They were fascinated by Japanese prints and had learned a lot of them. And now, 50 years later, it was the other way around. Shinhanga, the Japanese art movement, they had learned from the French Impressionists how to create moods, how to create an impression with certain technical features, effects of light, shadows, use of colors, and some other techniques. And now let's take a closer look at this print. And I would try, a little bit difficult for me, I'm not a national English speaker, to give you a few hints how Hasui and the artisans, the carver and the printer, because Hasui, he did not carve, he did not print, he just made the design, but he supervised the complete production. Okay, now a little bit closer look. Let's go back to the title, Lakeside Shower in Matsue. Well, a sudden shower at a lake, and now imagine you're an artist. You have available pen, paper, colors, and you shall make a print from a wooden block. You have a wooden block and you have carving tools. Well, and imagine you shall create an image where the spectator in front of it says, wow, well, this is an ugly rainy day. I wouldn't like to go outside. I wouldn't even like to send my dog outside the doorsteps. Well, how did they do it? Well, first, how to create the impression of rain. The Shinhanga artists, they made strange, thin lines by cutting them into the block and afterwards printing it so that you see on the paper thin lines. And you see these lines, they are slightly diagonal. They are not quite straight. Like this, they indicate wind. The other way how wind is indicated in this design, look at the weeds, yeah? The weeds, they are bent, yeah? You can clearly, you look at that image and you can recognize the wind, where is it coming from? Here, from the left side, here. And there, you see, this is typical, dark clouds, but not the full sky is dark, yeah? Behind, you already see the light, yeah? So this indicates, hey, it's a shower, but it's a hefty shower. And you see the fisherman. The fisherman wears this traditional rain shelter straw hat. Also, this is an indicator on other images by Hasui. You see then usually people with an umbrella or just one or two person. Hasui seldom showed more than one or two persons in his images. And last but not least, of course, the colors. Yeah, you cannot use brilliant colors. Yeah, here the printer used very subdued colors. You look at that, and yeah, you have the impression it's a rainy day, and it's a shower. A few technical things. This design was published in 1932. The early 1930s were actually the commercial heydays for the Watanabe print shop, the publisher, and for the Shinhanga artists in general. Well, the technique, as already mentioned, woodblock print. And now let's take a little bit of a look at the characters, the Japanese characters and writings. I have to get up for that. Here you have the Watanabe copyright seal. And here on the left side, it's usually for most Hasui prints always the same scheme. On the left side, on top, you have the title, Lakeside Shower in Matsue, and below, that is the publishing date. The publishing date always indicated with the Japanese calendar. In that case, it's Showa 7, and that is 1932. And on bottom, the Japanese word for February. Hasui Kawase has been very popular and has remained popular in the market until today. The demand for Hasui prints is very, very high, especially for early editions. And when you look over the years, prices have been steady or rising steadily, especially for early prints by Hasui, for early editions. Before World War II or even earlier, we can see rising prices. You can also recognize the popularity of Hasui Kawase when you go to social media. My company, Ortolino, we have been absent for a long time on social media. Now we are active. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. And whenever I publish a print, a design by Hasui, Hasui always gets the most views and the most likes. It's quite incredible. And this is a good indicator where you can recognize actually what people and what the market likes. And Hasui Kawase is definitely the most sought after of the Shinhanga art movement of the first half of the 20th century. Well, so much about this wonderful design. We have it in the current auction. I may have mentioned it before. I mention it again. And to conclude with, if you're interested in Hasui, we have a wonderful feature. It's called Artist Alert. Well, there you can specify Hasui or other artists or several artists. And whenever we have an artwork, a print by this artist in our auction catalog, we have weekly auction catalogs, weekly auctions. Well, then our system will send you 10 minutes after auction start an email and informing you, hey, we have one or more prints by Hasui in our new auction catalog. And something else you should know, we do not sell own prints. We have no inventory like other websites that sell Japanese prints, also auction sites. No, we offer, the prints that we offer, they come actually from real consignments, consigned by collectors like you, or dealers, or partly also called by contemporary artists. And if you have a collection that you want to sell, I think Ortolino is a good opportunity to sell your prints, so don't hesitate to contact us. Enough for today. Thanks for your patience, and I hope to see you for our next video. And take care of yourself.